Do you see something there?
It's kind of blurry. No, it's kind of...
I can't really make it out either.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, I see something. Hey.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
Okay, next, come on in. Hold still, take a deep breath. Good, okay, yeah, next, come on in. Come on, hurry.
I'm coming.
Okay, hold still, take a deep breath. Okay, you're done. Next, come on in, take a deep breath. Hold still, next, come on in, take a deep breath, hold still. Next, come on in.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
I'm taking x-rays, getting paid.
Are you not even looking at these images? They're all blurry, they're terrible.
Oh, ooh. Crikey, that's a nasty case of lupus you got there.
That's not lupus, that's a blurry image. What are you doing? You have no clue. You're a student, aren't you? These images are terrible, they're all blurry.
Actually, that's not blur. That's geometric unsharpness.
Hint. Are your images showing decreased spatial resolution and detail? Have you already tried adjusting your technical factors and still nothing is working? Well, the culprit may be a focal spot error.
Focal spot errors occur for various reasons, but the most common reason is that the tube was pushed beyond its limits. Overloading of the anode causes pitting along the focal spot.
Another factor that causes focal spot errors is focal spot blooming. Focal spot blooming occurs when the focal spot size increases with age, heavy workload, or the use of high MAS. This increase in focal spot size leads to reduced spatial resolution and reduced recorded detail.
The anode is constantly being bombarded by electrons. This causes blooming.
No, not that kind of blooming.
When the X-ray tube is new, the edges of the focal spot are sharp, and so are the X-ray images.
But when the tube gets old, the focal spot gets ugly, and so do the X-ray images.
Focal spot size has a direct impact on geometric unsharpness. So, we need to measure the focal spot size to see if the effect it has on image geometric unsharpness is within acceptable limits. A good rule of thumb suggests a nominal focal spot dimension of approximately 0.1% of the SID.
And since you can't measure the actual focal spot size, you need a device to measure it. But don't go searching around the department looking for the focal spot testing device. Instead, just grab a phone and call your local medical physicist.
The medical physicist will perform the focal spot test as it falls outside the scope of practice for an MRT. When the test is performed, the focal spot testing device is placed on the tabletop and the tube is centered 18 inches above the bar test pattern.
Then the beam will need to be collimated to the confines of the test tool. Set the factors to the manufacturer's specifications and expose once for each focal spot size. Smaller focal spots should be able to resolve more line pairs per millimeter. This means that a small focal spot equals higher resolution.
The resultant image is then measured to determine the spatial resolution of the device by counting the line pairs available. If the spatial resolution is determined to be outside the acceptable range, then it is retested. If it is outside the acceptable limits again, then it fails the test.
Even if one focal spot size fails, the other may still pass the test. This may let the tube still be operational for a short period of time, but you would have to be selective of which exams to perform. Always be aware of the manufacturer's specifications from the machine that you are working on and think critically when you set manual techniques. While the quality control test is being performed, it is important to maintain proper radiation safety practices. That means none of this. A separate radiation safety program is essential in every radiological facility under the direction of a qualified expert in radiation protection as specified by the Joint Commission on Accreditation of Hospitals.
Here's what you need to know. Focal spot testing must be done annually. Focal spot testing ensures that the anode and focal spot are operating at acceptable levels, which not only results in higher resolution images, but also minimizes dose to the patient. This adheres to the principles of
Alara!
So now that you've done your test, what do the results tell you?
Just like any kind of quality control test, whether it is for your pants, a hot dog, or your final comp, it really all comes down to a simple matter of pass versus fail.
If it passes, the X-ray focal spot is not the problem. Find another reason why your images are blurry. If it fails, well, now what?
There's not much you can do for an old X-ray tube whose focal spot is too blurry. You could adjust your protocols to maximize spatial resolution for your new blurry focal spot, but it won't be too long before it's in the trash. But don't worry, Mrs. G.
Hey y'all! And Mr. Siemens
Wiener Schnitzel.
will be happy to sell you a brand new X-ray system.
As long as you got lots of money. The importance of focal spot testing. Through the simple use of calibration test tools, you'll get less of this and more of this.
And the radiologist from this into this. Yay, focal spot testing!